أعوذ بالله السميع العليم. I seek refuge in the all-hearing, the one who is all-knowing, and the evil curse, or from the evil accursed one, Iblis, Shaitan, also known as Lucifer in English. We have to make a very important announcement pertaining to the situation with IDF and those who are resisting the oppressors and their backers. For 9 months, you have been in the strip, and your objectives are clearly unattainable militarily. From military means, they are clearly, at this point, unattainable. A lot of casualties, but there are even more casualties on IDF that are not even being reported. And now, if anyone is paying attention, they practically stop saying, or I should say, they don't all say, they do not all convey the same numbers, and in most cases, they're not conveying any more sympathy even to the fallen soldiers and their families, IDF soldiers. You also have what IDF and all of the backers of IDF, France, United States, Germany, over 20 countries in the Red Sea, Great Britain, and you cannot stop secure the Red Sea and the Door of Aden and the Bahr al-Arabi, the Arabian Sea. You cannot stop and secure it from the Houthis, who are out of the reach and devastating the flow of maritime in the region. You are unable to stop them. IDF also has on its northern border Hezbollah. They have which the Houthis also are Shia. Hezbollah is a Shia militia, and it's on IDF's northern border. They have pushed further than really ever before in their anti-tank barrages, missiles, and drones against IDF surveying positions also for 9 months. Also, there are various unannounced or unbeknown to the public, many militias also belonging to the Shia school of thought, and they are in Syria as well as in Iraq. Now, for the past 9 months, IDF unable to eliminate the threat of Hamas, because as they mentioned, Hamas, not Hamas, but Hamas, has still sending or has been able to send rockets from the Strip. And just take a step back and look 20 years ago, United States in Iraq and United States in Afghanistan. We did not see this type of casualty day to day. We did not even have the chance of seeing footage of any vehicle of U.S. and coalition or the allies, vehicles being blown up, anti-tanks being, hitting their targets and so on, and so many casualties. Then Israel has within itself, this is who IDF is, defending, has a lot of demonstrations going on. The hostages need to be released. Um, and at times, IDF seems to be misrepresenting or misinforming everyone about the situation of the hostages. For lack of better terms, IDF and, these spokespeople who are speaking on behalf of, the officers variously, they have to make sure that they misguide people about the real intent of the hostages are at this time, because at this very moment it's become abundantly clear that IDF only wants to negotiate for political reasons, to rescue as many hostages as possible so they can later on claim what it is that they claimed the first time around. However, it's unfortunate for IDF and the backers of IDF that the entire world today, is sick and just tired of wars that are driven by political aims and greed and hypocrisy. It's unbelievable that after 9 months, all of those who thought they would win are actually losing. Because from what has been made clear to convey to those who are with IDF and are backing IDF, the coalition of allies of resistance are in the process of a very serious counteroffensive. They are in the process of a very serious counteroffensive. And just yesterday, there is a 17-minute and so Arabic and Arabia statement made public. And in that statement, if the one who really understands Arabic will be able to break it into the decrypted message that the spokesperson Abu Ubaidah is sending. He is actually sending a message to their joint forces in the region, and he mentions, he mentions them and calls them out, and practically saying that the moment has now neared. Now, this moment is been called upon is practically, again, something that was decoded. But this is in reference to the counteroffensive, the counterattack offense in which they have been planning for a very long time now. And since, again, IDF did not accomplish anything, and they really should at this time just pull out of that entire place, because the tunnel system also has been a problem for IDF from day one. And what they need to understand about the tunnel system is that it's built to be, in case of explosions or destroying it from within, it is built to actually make even better the second go around. So whatever it is that you've destroyed of tunnels that you've been somehow bragging about and think that has gotten you further, it hasn't. And that's one reason why whenever you think you clear some place out, they simply resurface back there. Just as they, replaced all, Qassam and, Sarai al-Quds and the rest of, the coalition of resistance, have replaced their numbers regarding their fighters, fighters from all over the world, because, they have finally put a flag to the cause, which is a Muslim and Islamia cause. So all over the world, Muslim countries are responding to them. So 30,000 or 40,000 or 50,000 is nothing to the Muslim world, nothing to the Arab world. And over the course of 9 months, people have just gotten stronger globally in recognizing the state of Palestine. So you're actually doing more harm than you are doing good. Your economy is being destroyed. Your global reputation being destroyed. The largest Christian denomination in the United States has called for a complete divestment in Israel. People are no longer, the tourist section is completely devastated. Those who are leading the war efforts are being summoned and indicted for war crimes. It's not looking nice at this time. These resistance, they are planning and plotting and will exploit the opportunity as they see fit to literally carry out what you've done in Rafah and what you're doing in Lebanon, to do it right there in Israel. And that should not be the case. You should learn how to fight for peace, fight to obtain peace, instead of, I'm going to fight to eliminate this one and eliminate the ones who come after them and eliminate whoever is with them in some form or fashion. It is not correct. So we just wanted to, again, send out a very important message to all of those who have the leverage in pulling back IDF completely out of Rafah and getting them to the talking table to gain the leverage and the credibility that way. But for right now, militarily, you all have completely lost in Gaza. Just call it quits and pull out. Don't be the one who does not know how to retreat, because a good general knows how to retreat and when to retreat also. So this is now the time to retreat, get everybody back home safe and sound who, can be delivered home. But otherwise, there's no need, there's no point in continuing to fight a resistance that itself is an idea. It's not going to go away. A. B. Your special forces, they are already combating hand-to-hand combat, in the streets. So for them to also be able to deal with rescuing hostages, as we can very well see, is not going well. So then they will never be able to bring up this threat again as October 7th. Unfortunately, as long as you have the minds to resist and those who want to take and want to avenge the death of their loved ones, which is their right, unfortunately, you always and will never be able to eliminate the threat from really the entire world. As you say yourselves, we have to look at it from the IDF perspective. Everybody who supports a state of Palestine is an anti-Semitic. Everybody who does so hates Israel. So how many nations are calling for the recognition of Palestine? Because everybody now wants, to be in peace. And we know that everlasting peace is obtained through truth, not falsehood. So it's just enough. One state solution, everybody lives peacefully, and that's the end of story. Equally too, peacefully, equally, and that's the end of story. But you want to continue on with this bloodshed, and the world is sick and tired of it. And furthermore, the retired Imam's office has delivered sufficient evidence and proofs, complete analogies to state to you that al-Islam that you really do hate in your heart, it is the only way to our Maker. Any other way, he does not accept it. If we live other than, through means of everlasting peace, then he does not accept it from us. You want to sell the idea that this is the only Jewish state in the world, but so many Jews do not recognize the state itself, who live there and who would rather leave, or go to jail than to serve in that military. You trigger happy military diarrhea. Uniform looked, unfortunate circumstances with the illnesses of fungus that you had. So it's just the right thing to do and not seek, political ambitions and recognitions and a legacy that is only taunted with the blood of the innocent. So this is what we had to convey. And we, the Allied Operation Coalitional Forces from various divisions, mystical and spiritual alike, certainly handling, our full share of the situations and have looked at various possibilities and options in eliminating poverty, eliminating destitution, eliminating misinformation of all types, eliminating the ignorance which has been rampant to the point of various educational components and contaminating our social welfares here in the United States. But certainly we want to send salutations upon the mercy of humanity, Muhammad Ahmadu Mustafa. We also want to send salutations upon his family members who aided him and those who supported him, of his companions from then until the day of judgment, the day of reckoning, so on. And otherwise, in terms of those who have just joined us and have decided to be with the People's Republic of the Shahada, we welcome you with our hearts, and we pray that the Creator of all educate and guide and protect you until the day that you meet Him. And He gives you the ability to have the inner connection and inner relationship with that in which He is most pleased with, and refute that in which He most despises, particularly from Lucifer, who entices people to commit deeds and actions of evil while threatening them with poverty. This was your statement from the junta in terms of what has been a desperate call of ceasing the fire, stopping the fire, all hostilities in the Gaza and the Middle East alike. And we send salutation and praise upon all prophets from Adam until Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. In our final supplication is all praises and thanks and glory is due to Allah alone. Wassalamu ala man ittaba al-huda, and peace be upon those who are sincerely striving for the truth and the guidance which has been destined for the righteous from the time of Adam until the end of time. Your humble and respectable orator of the People's Republic of the Shahadatu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu, Allied Coalition Operational Forces, member of the Council, Force Council, Office of the Retired and the former retired Imam.